troopers and grinders. It is time once again for yet another one of Hank's many, infinite, in fact, mental breakdowns. And I got a reason to this time, troopers, and I got a lot of reasons, big reasons. Some might say biggest reasons, and we like that for this to happen because there's been a bunch of cancellations, short notice replacement. Even the damn main event of this Apex fight night has been replaced with another one, brother. I don't know how much I can take no more. What are they gonna do to me, Chad? How much can I withstand? It's getting hard being a farmer during these Dust Bowl times. Yes, the main event is gone, but I argue it has been replaced with a better one, with Tatsuro Taira taking on Hyun Sung Park. Battle of the Asian wrestle fucks, the grapple fucks, the wrestle fucks. That's it. Carpetbaggers. It's gonna be fun. Whenever you put two wrestlers against each other, they usually cancel each other out, or one dominates the other, and then we see, E was the better wrestler of the two of them. I mean, on a week's, literally days' notice. So Hyun Sung Park is likely not going to be as agile or successful on the feet. Let's just be honest here, folks. But I think it should be a very fun competition between two great Asian wrestlers at flyweight. Also, we have the reintroduction of Austin Bashi to the mix, as Andrew B would put it. And something tells me he's going to do a lot better against this short notice replacement than he would against frickin' C-Rod Christian Rodriguez. Okay, guys? Something tells me he's going to look just a teensy bit better than he would against the ultimate prospect killer in the UFC. So I'm looking forward to that. And actually, without further ado, let's just get into the damn thing. Let's talk about Austin Bashi, ladies and gentlemen. How about it? Here it is. The late, great Austin Bashi, 23 years old, young, fresh up-and-comer, got fed to C-Rod. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I don't know why UFC would put its neck out for Christian Rodriguez and give him a complete layup in Austin Bashi. There's some questions in this world that just will never be answered, my friends. But he fed yet another young prospect to Christian Rodriguez, a wrestler to boot, no doubt, like a basically Raul Rosas Jr. at home, pasty-ass Raul Rosas Jr. What did they think was going to happen, you know? And, of course, he got smushed by Christian Rodriguez. But now he's taken on some rando from the regional scene, Ola John Yanis. And let me tell you this, guys. If you're a fighter with the name Yanis, you got to look both ways before crossing the street, because you might get absolutely decimated and destroyed by a UFC fighter. If you have the first name Yanis, just ask Maury what happened when he went up against Peyton Talbot. Hey, Hank. Oh, Lloyd. I love you, Lloyd. You're always there when I need you the most, when I just need a little bit of I just need a little bit of alcohol. I got you there, Lloyd. Always there with a glass of whiskey in a friendly hand. I always liked you, Lloyd. You were the best of them. You helped me through these trying times. And let me tell you, it's tough when you got writer's block, Lloyd. It's tough when you can't put fucking together. It's always nice to have someone with a patient air about them and a friendly hand. I always liked you, Lloyd. Speaking of which, I always liked Austin Bashi, and couldn't give less of a shit about John Yanis. You know, late finishes against cans and nobodies and people with even records and whatnot. Hasn't been given a real test. And now he's up against pretty much a spider monkey of a wrestler in Austin Bashi. And something tells me it's not going to go very well for him, my friends. Something tells me it's going to get hairy. It's going to be a hairy situation. Just like my back hair when I don't shave it after a while. But I think Austin Bashi is just one of those young, smothering wrestlers, no ditty. And I don't think John Yanis, who's primarily a striker, is going to be ready for a Spider Monkey, Charles Oliveira ass, BJJ. Got your back. Backpack. Yeah! So I think that Austin Bashi is just going to crawl all over you, John Yanis. No Diddy, no Epstein. And going to have the back, and he's just going to get a rear naked choke. Just clinging to him, basically. There's not a damn thing that Giannis is going to do about it because he's a striker, dude. Hasn't dealt with a scary wrestler in his entire career. So Austin Bashi's going to sub him up pretty quickly, take him down, do some wacky-ass scrambles as Bashi is one to do. And give me Bashi by round 1 submission, my friends. First round. Maybe the first minute of the fight. Bashi's going to get Giannis down and just absolutely destroy him. That is my prediction. Short notice. So, we expect these things to happen sometimes. Yeah, just look at Usman's reaction. Who? That's what he's wondering. Who? My exact thoughts. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, give me Bashi by round 1 submission. Crazy ass contender. Ooh, a certain YouTuber is a big fan of this guy. I hope that he goes far. I bought some cannabis. Nice, Charles Smith. This you have you already sampled your own product? Because let me tell you something, Walter. You'll never sample your own product, and no junkies. If there's one thing you cannot trust in this world, Walter, it is junk. The only good junkie is a dead junkie. So never trust a junkie. That is my advice to you, Charles Smith. Don't trust Jesse Pinkman. He's a wily, devious, twisted fiend. Anyway, on to our next fight. We've got Taira Rodriguez. Sounds like a name that Chael Sonnen, the great Uncle Chael P. Sonnen, would come up with to describe Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira Rodriguez. RoboCop Christian Pereira Rodriguez. Who is very, very hit and miss as a prospect. Sometimes she's absolutely dominating. Sometimes she's getting big-time finishes on top, ground and pound, so what. But then sometimes she forgets to use her fists and instead just uses her head button to head... Sorry, I think I gave myself some CT. She headbutts her opponent instead. It's a real mesh. What a mensch. But, yeah. As you see in my description, she does headbutt. She has a tendency to. So just be careful around the dog near the fence. Ooh, that's some good stuff. Too late. I called it. But she's taking on Caitlin Souza, who is just he beat the late great Marnik Man. Beat up Marnik Man, and we like that. You ever heard of Marnik Man? Great fighter. Not really. She destroyed Marnik Man, who is probably one of the worst strawweights ever in the history of ever. So it is what it is. Taira Rodriguez, I don't know. Souza, she knocked out, oh God, what's her face? Some Mexican lady. I forget what her name is. Oh. She was on the Mexico card, and then she just got laid out flat. Yasmin Urigue, that's the name. Didn't even need to use my phone. She just hit Yasmin Urigue with an overhand left, and then bam, the rear naked choke was there. So, hasn't been able to show that in any other one of her fights. It's all been going to decisions. So, something tells me that was a little bit of a fluke. But now she's taking on a demon wrestler who literally just has to beat the shit out of her opponents every single time. I'm going to trust the wrestler over the strikler, as Capitan Rafuko would put it. It's just the easy call to make, I feel like Rodriguez is going to body her. She's going to deal all her, take her down, boy. Yee! And when she's on top, hopefully if she doesn't decide to headbutt or use her cranium at all, she should just beat up Souza and, have moments of success. I think Souza can get back to her feet, so that's why I don't think I trust Rodriguez to find a finish, but I do think that she wins a pretty unanimous decision after she just carpet bags Caitlin Souza, avoids, her striking, her offense, and then, maybe even impresses a little bit with her own striking, It's something that she could improve in as well. But honestly, this fight's going to live and die by whether Rodriguez is going to get Souza down on the mat, and I think she will. So give me Alex Pereira by unanimous decision via lay and pray. Ground and pound. Headbutt and headbutt. Dank on dank. I am on dank. It's true. I sampled a little bit of Charles Smith's cannabis, and let me tell you guys, it was not the best choice in the entire world. So, you know, you live and you learn. We all make mistakes. We all adjust to these changing times around us, and I can't cope with it. I can't cope with reality. So I took a big whiff of Charles Smith's cannabis and got it out of the bag and rolled it up, rolled it up real nice, and I stuck it straight up my candy ass. I think that's how you do it. So I pulled a Peyton Talbot. I shoved the joint up my ass and smoked it that way. So by farting. So there you go. I was on dank. I was on dank that day, and I got it from Charles Smith's weed. See what I tell you? What did I tell you, Charlie? It's true. It's true. Anyway, let's move on to our next fight. We got Felipe Boons taking on Rafael Esteban. Boons is very mid. Lost to Joshua Van brutally. Just found no success after round one. Classic Joshua Van, losing the first round like his Peter Yan trust, and then beating the dog shit out of Rafael Esteban afterwards. But he did submit someone recently, and who was it? Oh, it was Jose Johnson. Jose Johnson, brother. Yee. Johnson got him down very easily. Was on top in like side control or something, and then Muniz just wasn't silly and jumped the armbar. Don't be silly, jump the armbar, and pretty effective. Got the tap fairly easily. Something tells me that he won't be able to get said maneuver on Rafael Esteban, who is younger than Muniz, so he can be quicker and avoid a snatching of the arm. And then on top of that, he's experienced for his age, 13-0, more than 10 wins. One of them against CJ Charles Johnson, which is a great win. After that, Jesus Aguilar, who's solid. So he's taken on better competition than Felipe Muniz. At least he's beaten better competition. And Muniz has beaten the worst of the worst. But Esteban, I don't really like him as a fighter, honestly. He's pretty boring. Not a lot of finishing ability. Just very good at smothering and sort of like Piero Rodriguez. And, but he can get the fight to the mat fairly easily. Muniz is Felipe Muniz. He'll try to lock something up. He'll fail. And then Esteban is, I don't know, maybe he gets a submission, but doubt it. So I honestly don't really have that much to say. Both these guys are pretty boring, in my opinion. But I think Esteban's going to be the way better wrestler here. Muniz might have a little bit of an advantage on the feet, but won't be by much. So give me Rafael Esteban to win this thing by unanimous decision. Like, I'm thinking 30-27, maybe 30-26. You know what I'm saying, guys? So yeah, pretty simple. Let's move on to our next fight. We have Rodolfo Vieira taking on Tresean Gore, the Gore man himself, Gory Gore. Don't be silly, guys. Don't be silly. Jump the gilly. Tresean Gore has gotten back-to-back guillotines. I mean, he did not, he doesn't have back-to-back guillotines. He's lost, I believe, 5-3. Jesus Christ, what an amateur. He had back-to-back guillotine chokes against complete bums. Josh Just Want to Be Your Friend, and then Antonio Broccoli. Both terrible names. But then after that, he got fucking mauled by Marco Tulio. Torn to shreds by Marco Tulio. I honestly don't understand the matchmaking at all. Tulio's a complete killer, scary SOB. And you just feed a young up-and-comer to him. Like, that's just, cruel and unusual punishment. And I think this will be too. I think Vera is on a lower level than Marco Tulio, but he's still pretty scary, dude. Lost to Andre Petrosky, but that's not a bad loss. Petrosky is very solid. Before that, submitted Armin Petrosian, which isn't bad. Cody Brundage, that's a requirement. He's lucky he didn't get some no contest against Cody because of some early referee stoppage or something. Brundage has to find a way out of a loss some way, somehow. Cut him, guys. But Rodolfo Vieira, he is a rare, good BJJ artist, whereas Trayshawn Gore, all he's got is the late great Dustin Poirier's signature maneuver, the Gilly Goose Gang. He gets the Gilly Goose Gang every single time he wins. Don't be silly, jump the Gilly. And this is what he does. This is what Trayshawn Gore loves to do. And he's tough. He's tough as a $2 steak, but something tells me that Vieira is going to be a lot more adept at him in the grappling, that he's going to find a submission here. Gore is going to probably try to get the Gilly Goose Gang, but guess what? He's going to get deadlifted, planted on his ass. Vieira is going to look for the sub, and then once he's on you, it's just very easy for him. I'll give Gore some credit. He is tough, so I mean, not tough when he fights Cody Brundage, of course, but everybody else he's tough against. So something tells me he's going to survive round 1 against Vieira, because he managed to survive a couple rounds against Julio. But then next thing you know, Vieira takes him down again, blocks in some arm triangle or an arm bar or something. Easy as that. So give me Rodolfo Vieira to win via Charles Smith. Get the hell out of here. Round 2 submission over the Gilly Goose Gang man. I'm your candy man. So I think I got Rodolfo Vieira to finish this fight relatively early and show that he's a submission whiz. And then I got to do a little bit of a transition period between different slides. So bear with me, guys. Anybody have any topics for me to discuss? Some news, some announcements as I go through this direct and try to salvage something from this dumpster fire. Anybody? I'm lonely, guys. I'm lonely. Also, oh god, whoops. Going through the list. What do you guys think of Loner Kavanaugh versus Charles Johnson? You think CJ has a chance against him, or do you think it's pretty much over? Is Loner gonna just knock him out flat? This is the question. Bum 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 bum. Few more, guys. A few more slides to go through. Rome was not built in a day, my friends. The Hank's Asylum was not built in a day. God damn it. I think that Charles Johnson is going to smoke Loner Kavanaugh, honestly, guys. I think he's going to beat the crap out of him. He's very good at stuffing takedowns. That's his main talent, you know. Something tells me that Loner isn't the guy to sort of crack that kind of style he's got. He's just very good at neutralizing wrestling. I believe he's a gold medalist or a medalist in something. So but yeah, if he can knock out Joshua Van, I think he can knock out a guy who's very similar height to Joshua Van and Loner Kavanaugh, honestly. He may be fast and have some takedowns, but I don't think that's going to save him. All right, we're ready to go. All right, so Alex Vieira by round 2 submission. Next one, we got Rinya Nakamura, one of my least favorite fighters in the UFC right now, taking on Nathan Fletcher, who is I enjoy him. I like him as a fighter. I enjoyed his journey on Tough. Came very close to winning the Ultimate Fighter, but close but no cigar. Um, then went to the UFC, got a huge upset win, found himself on the main roster, and then lost barely to Callan Loughran, who I am not a fan of. I think his name's like what, Kiefer or something? Callan Kiefer Loughran or Kiefer Crosby, I forget. But he's just a meathead who pressures forward and just wings punches and leans against people against the cage. I'm just not a fan of his style, but he managed to beat Nathan Fletcher through that very same approach. And for that reason, I think I got to pick Rinya Nakamura against Nathan Fletcher. Fletcher's a very solid striker, very good at getting opponents down to the mat and just laying and praying on top. But it's just not going to be enough, dude. Rennie's an athletic freak. He's probably on steroids. He's a meathead, too. Dude cannot find a submission on the ground to save his life. Cannot find a knockout on the feet to save his life. Honestly, he's pay-per-view poison, and he's just he's a loss of investment. Terrible investment for the UFC, unless it's like an Asia card, in which case I guess he's valuable, but don't expect him to drive the Asian crowd crazy by getting a submission or a knockout. The dude is going to lay and pray on his opponent for 15 whole minutes and look to his Shinto gods and pray that he wins. Like, he's that kind of fighter, dude. He got one knockout in his debut, and he hasn't been exciting since. And then he got schooled by, oh, and by the way, how's it going? If you like pina coladas, getting caught in the rain, if you're not into health food, if you're into champagne, I got to meet you by tomorrow noon in the dunes of the cave. See me ever this weekend, and we plan our escape. If you like pina coladas, forget how the instrumental goes on that, but yeah. Shut up, Siri. Rinya Nakamura, he's just a wrestler. He is actually a grappler. He's more of a grappler than anything. But the problem is, you'd think a grappler would be able to find a submission. The dude cannot find a submission on the ground to save his fucking life. Nathan Fletcher's more of a finisher than Rinya Nakamura is. For that reason, he could be able to beat up Nakamura. Let me look at the guy who beat Rinya. There was a lot of MMA math involved in this prediction, my friends, unfortunately. Yeah, Rinya Nakamura, he lost to Muin Gafurov, but he's 19-6. He had almost 20 wins at the time that he fought Rinya Nakamura. Wait, how does that pronounce? Hold on. Oh yeah, it goes no. Oh, sorry, tangent. But Rinya Nakamura, he's just gonna need a little bit of wrestling. He just needs a little bit of wrestling. That's all he needs. Seriously. Fletcher stuffs the takedowns. Nakamura's in big time trouble. He's gonna have a really rough go of it in this one. Gafurov has almost 20 wins. Gafurov's a striker. Gafurov has found knockouts before. Fletcher just hasn't impressed me enough for me to say that he finds a win against Nakamura. I just think he could get out-wrestled and taken down and leaned on defense by Callan Loughran. Then Rinya Nakamura can do that and then some, So give me Nakamura to win a very boring decision here against Nathan Fletcher. I hate him. I hate Rinya Nakamura. Very annoying. Opposite of an exciting fighter. Honestly, he's less exciting than fucking Gamrot. Less exciting than Gamrot. At least you know what you're going to get with Gamrot. Nakamura gives you a knockout in his very first fight, and he's never able to replicate again or even find a submission on the ground. Boring fuck. I hope that he loses every single fight. But he's not. He's going to win a decision here against Nathan Fletcher. Unfortunately. Sad stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on to our next fight. We got Nick Blue Collar Klein, brother. Yay! Blue Collar, brother. Woo! Taking on Andre Polyaev. Two-ply, as I referred to him. Sorry, babe, I had to pull out. Oh, God. No, I'm not ready yet. Oh, did it too quickly. But, yeah, Nick Klein, and yet another dude that I hope wins this fight. Klein is also a very solid wrestler, also a submission artist. The first round with Nick Klein is always super exciting. He's just like a force of nature. He's a fucking tornado. Tries to get his opponent down every single time. If he gets it, you're in trouble. He will find a way to get a guillotine or Gilly Goose Gang on you or some other submission. He's very good in the first minute of the fight, but as things drag on, killer instinct starts to fade a little bit. And then, you got a good chance of beating him. Andre Polyaev, I believe he beat this kid, this New Yorker guy. I cannot for the life of me remember his name. I'm going to look into it. I think it was Liam Anderson. Yes, it was Liam Anderson. It had to be. Let me check. Yep. Yes, he beat Liam Anderson. Honestly, he did solid against Christian Leroy Duncan. Had a very technical back and forth fight with Christian Leroy Duncan. But Duncan showed levels against him. Was able to stuff most of the takedowns. Got some elbows, got some knees, and pretty much able to beat him. But it's Christian Leroy Duncan. He has all the tools in his toolkit. Nick Klein has a ground game for a minute and some submission ability for a round. And then after that, it's just sort of game over. Dude gasses. Looks like the gassed out Nick Klein. Doesn't look like the usual Nick Klein. Nick Klein will be in decline. Let's just put it that way. Troopers and grinders. Andre Polyaev, if he survives the first round against Nick Klein, he's just going to batter him. He's going to batter him up on the feet. Going to make this sort of look easy. He's more technical than Nick Klein. He actually has experience on the feet compared to Nick Klein. So for that reason, I think Polyev's going to probably win rounds 2 or 3 at the minimum, but maybe even win round 1. Nick Klein is a very impressive submission guy, but if you can't get the submission, he's just not going to win these rounds. So give me the more likely outcome, and that is Andre pulling it out of the bag. Old Polyev pulling it out of the bag, and we like that. Winning round 2 and 3 against Nick Klein. Fully in decline. Hank, I got Klein. Dude, I'm hoping he wins. I'm praying that he wins, King Tersey. Nick Tersey. That would explain why you pick him, but I hope Nick Klein gets a first-round sub. I really do, Tersey, but something tells me that he's not going to get the submission that early. He's dealing with a Russian, man. Russians are tough to submit early on, and then rounds 2 and 3, I just think Klein's going to be in some trouble, Tersey, so I think Polyev is more technical than Nick Klein. I think he's better on the feet. Klein's a very early finisher. He's sort of like Terrence McKinney. If you can't get him out of there early, he's in trouble. So give me Polyev to win a decision. His name is Blue Collar. Yes, his name is Blue Collar. And that's for that reason I'm rooting for him. He's a blue-collar boy from, like, Arkansas or something, right? From the South. Well, what do you almost say? I said Nick Tersey. Nick Tersey. Nick with CK and then Tersey afterwards. Jesus, I see you dirty boy, you. You got a lot of bad thoughts. Bad thoughts. Who is the guy he's facing? Andre Polyev beat Liam Anderson earlier, like last year. Did very well. I'd say he's more of like a kickboxer, sambo guy, like very calculated and technical on the feet. What style is he? More of like a kickboxer, I'd say. Although he does have some wrestling too, so might be able to neutralize Nick Klein's. Thoughts on Tersey trying out for the Savannah Bananas and getting passed up for a Puerto Rican DEI hire? I I think he got pretty lucky, dude. I think he escaped a very terrible fate there. So Wisconsin, I think. Oh, really? Nice, nice. Good for him. I like Wisconsin. I've been to Wisconsin before. Been out on the Great Lakes of Wisconsin. So hey, I'm rooting for him even more. But yeah, it's just gonna be tough. Hank, show us your piss bottle collection. You did last stream. I don't think you were even there for the last stream. I am not the MMA guru. When I need to go, I leave the public room and then I use the bathroom over there. But no, I do not use a bottle. I got a little "we'll be right back" and then I head out. Never happened. I don't know, man. I think Pina Colada's. I think he's onto something. I think he knows something that we don't. Okay, so anyway, well, yeah, by decision. He's just a technical striker. Has wrestling in his back pocket. Should be enough to win. And then we have Jesus Christ. Look at that fucking mug. Pale as the fucking Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. We have Danny Silver. Danny Silver, brother. Yee! Taking on Kevin Vallejos, who, besides Gene Silva, is probably the most exciting prospect in the UFC's featherweight division. It is sort of sad describing Vallejos as the most exciting guy when literally a couple months ago was Diego Lopez. He was the man. He was the guy to beat. Now nobody's talking about Diego Lopez. It's very sad. But Kevin Vallejos just has great technical striking. Beat the shit out of Cam Teague. Knocked him out in one round. Very impressive dude. And then knocked out Sungwoo Choi in round one as well. Made it look easy as hell. Did a little salute afterwards. Vallejos, he's a talented dude. He's 23 years old. He's got his whole fucking future ahead of him. Whole career ahead of him. And he's already fucking scary. Only lost to Gene Silva, and it was by decision. Survived Gene Silva for 3 rounds. At 20 years old. This kid's a phenom. Meanwhile, Danny Silva, I call him Decision-y split buff because that is what he is. He won a split against Lucas Almeida, won a split against Kalibao, won against Angel Pacheco, and then Artiga, some guy in LFA, I guess, actually found a knockout in LFA. He just hasn't been able to replicate it since. Yeah, Pacheco's terrible, and he took him to a decision. All the others, just awful. This goes to way too close of fights with terrible competition, to be honest. So I can, in good faith, pick him here against Kevin Vallejos. In my opinion, Vallejos is the future of featherweight, at least future of the top 5 at featherweight. It's gonna probably be like Diego Lopez, where once you figure him out, it's hard, less of a future for him, but he's gonna rise up the ranks, in my opinion. God, featherweight's full of fucking killers, guys. Steve Garcia, Vallejos, Gene Silva. Damn, we're fucking spoiled, guys. But yeah, I think Vallejos is going to make very quick work of Danny Silva. I mean, Silva's tough. Just look at his face after his last fight. He can take a beating, but something tells me it's going to be more of a TKO with Danny Silva just unable to withstand too much punishment. So for that reason, I am picking Vallejos by round. Ooh, not round. Did I pick him round 1? I don't think I did. I think I picked him round 2. So asterisk. I am picking Vallejos by round 2 knockout. I'm going to give Silva a chance. I'm going to give him 5 minutes to make it competitive with Vallejos, and then he's just going to get put out, in my opinion. Hello, governor. It's like the regular show character, the scary ass, what was the name of the car? There was some car in a Stephen King book. It was like an evil car movie. Yeah, Christine. Sort of a parody of Christine, Stephen King, where it's like this British limousine who runs over people, and he's always like, "Hello, governor." Giving me PTSD. Stop it, too smelly. Stop it. Welcome to the chat, my friend. Always a faithful veteran in the Pink Tank Army. Contender Series guy. Yeah. August 1st, man, this year is flying. Yeah, I hope it does. I'm getting fucking sick of it, so I hope it ends as quickly as possible. Sidekick the like button. They brought the snack wrap back, but didn't bring the tenders back. Al McDonald's no more for me. Is there a difference? Don't they like put the tenders in the snack wrap, or is that something else? What's going on here? You know, I think they put the tenders in the snack wrap, so you guys still got tenders at the end of the day, but you just have to eat vegetables and produce and flour and sauces. Terrible. Thank you, Acid, with Geo on stream. You know, Giuliano's actually been pretty good to me. He's offered it to Ido. He hasn't offered it to me yet. But you know, he knows that I stay away from that stuff, so he knows his limits. Twinkie Twerp. Oh well. If it isn't FU69, also known as Sven Svensson, I'm pretty sure this is Sven Svensson. Yeah, he hangs around people's chats. He's one of Clown Show's guys. Very noble achievement. Very noble position in MMA YouTube, I must say. Panda Express is infinitely better. Ooh, that's nice. But they are different tenders now. Awful. Oh no! Whatever shall we do, guys? I find it so funny how scared MMA YouTube is of me. I mean, I'm not scared. I kick you in 5 seconds, so... Interesting bragging and use of language in here. Very, very direct. But if you come at the king, you best not miss, fuck you. But I'm saying that to you directly. F around and find out is what I'll say. When are you linking up with Geo? You guys are in Cali. That is true. Play Super Smash Brothers and get your ass kicked for content. I could definitely reach out to Giuliano and we could like find some midpoint to convene. Maybe we could go to an arcade. Honestly, that'd be a good idea. Go to a freaking arcade in the middle of, you know, CA and just have some fun, play some games. Go to a movie, maybe. That sounds pretty good. Hey. Oh boy, another schizo. Call me Sven Svensson. Yeah, dude, you got it. I mean, whoever you are, I don't think people really care. Or is it Brandon? It might be Brandon too. Who cares? At the end of the day, I really don't care about these dumb little alts. Oh, everyone's scared of me. I have a different profile picture. Woo! Pathetic, dude. I'm coming at the king right now. Great. Thoughts on Lost Soul? Would you beat him in a debate? I was able to beat Mailson, and he's been destroying Mo's MMA holes. So, yeah, I think I probably would. I think Lost Soul would just start screaming at me, and I'd win instantly. I'd roll you in a spliff and smoke it. Somehow I doubt it. So, oh, very scary. Very scary. Then we got Neil Magny taking on Elizu Zaleski. Neil Magny, people forget, man. He used to have most wins in welterweight history. He's a marauder. Whereas Elizu Zaleski, he had a very close fight with Renat Fikretnov. Looked honestly super impressive. But destroyed Zach Scrogg, but then got kneed in the face by Chidi Njokuani. Absolutely embarrassed, and we've seen how he did against Jake Matthews. That win has aged like milk. Now he looks horrible. So it sort of sucks that Zaleski's getting taken out by like a 39, 40-year-old man. And now he's taking on a guy who's younger than him somehow. Neil Magny. I don't know. I don't think it's going to look good for Zaleski. I think all Magny needs to really do is throw some straights down the middle, do some body shots, some work against the cage. I feel like Zaleski really is someone that you could beat if you have adequate striking. And Chidi had that, and I think Magny has, if not taller than Chidi Njokuani, 6'3", 80-inch reach. He can use all of that to his advantage. He could even hurt Zaleski on the feet with a long enough, blow at range. So I like Lizu a lot. I think he's fun to watch, but Everyone's like, "Oh, Magny, look at his last 2 fights. He got finished." Yeah, he got finished by Michael Morales, who's gonna be the future of welterweight, and then he also got finished by, Carlos Prates, who is also going an absolute killer at welterweight. Elizeu Zaleski is not a killer. He's 38 years old. He's older than Magny, and he's probably gonna try to win a decision. It's not gonna happen. Magny's just gonna pressure. He's gonna lean on him when he's not strong. He'll be his friend, and just smother him for 2 out of the 3 rounds, and then pick at him at range. People forget, man. Took down Mike Malott and finished Mike Malott in the 3rd round. He could easily do the same thing to Zaleski. Zaleski's tiny compared to him. So give me Neil Magny to win a decision. Too many weapons on the part of Neil Magny. Elizeu Zaleski's all right, but he's not going to have the killer instinct he had against Renat. He's dealing with an actual striker, and I think he's going to get outstruck. Pretty simple. What do you debate Mailson on? Politics, actually. Talked about politics. Some of the things he disagreed with me on and in live chats, even though we hate each other. We legitimately hated each other at that time. Didn't really debate each other's characters. We talked about politics, and I basically whipped him. Best alt in the game. I'm a boss-ass monster. Is that what your mother tells you? Is that what your girlfriend tells you? Wow, both the older guys. Yeah, I'd whoop Magny's ass. That's probably true, actually. Magny boxing. Please, my hands are even better. Magny got to grapple to win, and he will. Also, didn't he submit Daniel Rodriguez and beat up Daniel Rodriguez? Pretty sure. The final wing of Magnus's career. Yeah, it's true, and I think he's going to go out on a high note. In my opinion, I think he's going to have most wins in welterweight again. Oh damn! Oh yeah, I cooked him. Hit him bad. Does your mother call you Hank the Tank? No. People who respect my presence here online do, and that's what I promote myself as. Retard. Little ass boy name. Your name's literally fucking 69. You sound like a 12-year-old who managed to create a YouTube account behind mom and dad's noses. You sound like a fucking 9-year-old in Call of Duty. Just letting you know. But yeah, give me Magny by decision. Time to make some more screens. The music, Pirates of the Caribbean, like. Yeah, it's actually classical. It's classical music going back to the days of Hungary in the 1800s by the great composers of yore. Facts. Yeah. Yo, who is Simon Feck and why is he pretending to be Clown Live? I think Simon fecked somebody. Definitely fecked somebody at one point. We just don't know who. Pretending to be Clown, probably to get attention. Beethoven. You're close. It was actually Johannes Brahms, Hungarian dance. Dude so butthurt he had to block me. Hanky the little tanky poo. Or time me out, whatever. Dude, the fact you have Trump as a profile picture with a cross around his neck shows that you have the intelligence of a fucking prepubescent toddler who shit his drawers. Be cool. Be cool. Music used to be an art form. It sure did. When, musicians used to dedicate their lives to work for their music. Guarantee 80%, 90% of the musicians right now are going to retire when they're fucking 40. True, King. True. Yeah. Anyway, next. Oop, sorry. Bum 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 bum. Mm, 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 mm. Da, 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 da. 1 second, guys. Gotta set up some more slides. Should be able to get them all now. So glad that we kept 12 fights on this card, by the way. It's had, what, like 11, almost 10 at one point? It's getting fucking murdered, massacred, torn to shreds. But now it's back. We are so back. And now I'm actually excited for this card, if you can believe it. Good stuff. You know, there was a time that I didn't even know how to snap, guys. Like, I would use this. I'd try to do something with my, index finger. And then someone taught me, oh, it's the middle finger. Oh, duh. So, and then I learned how to snap. I used to be unable to snap when I was young. True story. It's true. It's very true. Can you believe that? Couldn't snap. Can you believe it? Almost done, guys. Almost done. All right. There we go. Now we're ready. Okay. All right. Listen how beautiful that music is. Peaceful. Yeah, it sure was. You don't need people singing instrumentals are better. I mean, they can convey a lot without the human voice. Makes it a lot more subjective. Hank, how upset were you that Stephen Colbert show got canceled? I mean, technically he's still on the air and still promoting stuff for about a year. I'm just upset that Trump has complete control of the media and is making bargains and deals with these evil fucking conglomerate corporations that are killing their own talent because they don't align with a man-baby politician's feelings. It's mostly my problem is that we're just sliding into authoritarianism. I can't snap my fingers still. Yeah, you just gotta push. Gotta push. And it does it. Till it's time. Till it's time. Hello, Tyler. How's it going? Boom. Hank, do the vaccine dance one time for the chat. I don't even know what it is. Well, you jump to the right, then you shake that hand, then you jump to the left, and you shake that hand. Make new friends, tie that yarn. And that's how you do the scarn. Snap your fingers, do your step. 1 hop this time. 2 hops this time. Cha-cha, real smooth. Crisscross. Crisscross. Anyway, we now have Carl Roser, the Christmas Carol, taking on Nora Cornholio. She is a great Cornholio. She needs pee-pee for her French butthole. She needs toilet pee-pee for her pee-pee. She needs towelette for her bangholio. But, yeah. So, Carol Rosa, I think she's a solid striker. I think she can be very technical with her kicks and combinations, but Cornol is just sort of like a Terminator type, where she just pressures forward, moves forward, just fucking robot. She's a marauder. And just keeps going. She's sort of like Irene Aldana in a way, just no intelligence, only only action, only, pressure. So pressure, pressure, pressure. That's what she does. She wrestles and then she beats up her opponents against the cage. Very simple to figure out. But Rosa's going to be completely down to throw. She's going to be down to play that game. If she plays that game, she's going to lose. Cornell's just going to. She's going to keep coming forward until she wins. There's no stopping her, no matter how much Rosa beats her ass. So eventually, Cornell's going to drop her. He's going to beat her up, and this might be fight of the night. We'll see, guys, but it's definitely going to be a fucking banger. But I think it's a war that Cornelio is going to win because she is great, Cornelio. She needs Stevie for her bunghole. I need Rolio for bunghole. So, give me Cornelio to win via decision, but she'll beat the crap out of Rosa first. Turn it up. Okay. Fine. There we go. To drown out my voice. Good move, Tyler. Good move. Next fight. We got 3 left, ladies and gentlemen. We have Esteban Ribovic taking on Elvis Brenner. Oh, Elvis has entered the building. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, bleeding all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit and sure ain't no friend of mine. Oh, you said you was high class, but that was just a lie. It turned out you were just ass. Yeah, just a lie. You ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Friend of mine, though, is Esteban Ribovic, Mr. Excitement himself. Fight of the night contender every single damn time. Performance of the night. Knocked out Terrence McKinney with the head kick. Had an absolute war. The fight of the year against, what's his face? Daniel Zellhuber, who, what a fucking bum he is, huh, guys? Got fucking schooled by MJ, Michael Johnson. Counting is wonderful. Now I'm gonna show you how, and now I'm gonna tell you. Repeat after me. ABC. You've been hit by, smooth criminal. Climb the tree. Zellhuber lost to Michael Johnson, well, MJ, Michael Jordan. And Jordan's the GOAT. Johnson's the GOAT too. So showed him levels. And might take away a little bit from Esteban Ribovic's win, but Esteban still just kept pressuring, kept being up in Zellhuber's face, refusing to back down. Yeah, he won't back down. Absolute warrior, Argentine savage. Gets put on an Apex card again for no reason. This guy is constant entertainment, constantly exciting, but I'll put him on the Apex, just throw him in there with Elvis Brenner, which is a great fight, by the way. And Brenner's definitely going to be a marauder. These two are warriors. Their legs are made of mahogany. People forget, man. They're ninjas. But Elvis Brenner's tough as a $2 steak, but he did get knocked out by Joel Alvarez, which is most unfortunate. I think a lot of people get knocked out by Joel Alvarez, honestly. But Ribovic, I think Ribovic is taller. Actually, no, he's the same height. God damn it. Even shorter reach, though. I don't know. It's easy. Won't matter. Ribovic is tough. He's going to go through all the offense of Brenner. I think that UFC 3, what even? I think it was 316. Austin 316 or something. I forget. 306? I don't know. But basically, I think that Ribovic is going to be tougher than Brenner. I think Ribovic is just going to be lanky and use his kicks and his boxing to his advantage. I think he's a better boxer than Brenner. There was a point where Graham was beating him up on the feet, and that's just not a good look. Orlby was showing him levels on the feet. He's supposed to be the striker. Knocked out Krachewski did Brenner, and for that I applaud him, but I don't think that power is going to translate here against Esteban. He's just an absolute killer. So, yeah, give me Ribovic to beat up Brenner, make him look like he does here in this still frame image, and win a fairly unanimous decision compared to his fight with Nasrat, which I thought he won, by the way. I thought he beat Nasrat, who was a really good opponent, by the way. So if he can beat Nasrat and knock out McKinney and beat up Zellhuber, I think Brenner's going to be an easy challenge for him, honestly. If anything, this is a step down for Rebovic, not a step up. So give me Rebovic. I actually have him by round 3 KO. I think he's going to have a late finish. I think Brenner's going to be too tough for his own good, but then just wilt eventually, slowly. Big knee up the middle, 1-2, puts him down. So give me Rebovic by a knockout late in the fight. And then we got our co-main event of the evening between Chris Duncan. No, it's not Christian Leroy Duncan. It is not CLD. It's just CD. It's the CD you put in your VHS, your DVD player, you know, and it just plays you some Peanuts and some Avatar and some movies, you know. But Chris Duncan, never been a fan. And luckily for me, I think he's going to get his ass kicked here by old Mateus Rebecca, what's her name? Rebecca Black. Old Mateus Rebecca Black. It's Friday. Actually, it's Thursday here, but probably Friday for you guys. But it's Friday. You got to get down on Friday. Yeah, as the description alludes to, he's got a receding hairline, but he's very much improving in terms of his ability in the cage. Beat up Borrelby. You thought the last eye injury with Yaya was bad, dude. Becky looked awful. He looked like a fucking raw piece of meat by the time Rebecca was done with him. I think Duncan's going to get beat up here. Got wobbled by Belagioki early in their fight. Was getting taken down by Jordan Vucenic, but, you know, used his Gilly Goose Gang membership over and over again. Uses Gilly Goose Gang membership card to win his fights, but it's not going to save him here. I don't think so. Guillotine's all he's got, man. Rebecca's a big enough stud on the ground that I don't think he's going to get submitted here. I think he's a very good wrestler and grappler. So I don't think that the submission threat's going to affect him much here. I think it's going to be mostly decided on the feet. Rebecca's just tough as $2 a cake. Even if he gets hurt by Duncan, he can always just rally back with some punches and beat him up and then take him down if he needs to. Just a lightweight Volkanovski, basically. So give me a lightweight Volk to win a decision here against Chris Duncan. Our pain of having to see Duncan win fights via guillotine against fighters that we like over and over again. I think it's finally going to come to an end here, guys. I think Rebecca's going to be a bad stylistic matchup for him. If he can survive fucking Oralby, he can survive Christian Leroy Duncan, in my opinion. And he might get outboxed here on the feet early on, but I think he's just a tough little dude, and I think he's gonna rally back and he's gonna just smush Duncan on the ground, in my opinion. So give me Ribish. And then our final fight. Final Fight. That's a great video game, by the way. Love Final Fight. You like that, right? Tatsuro Taira is happy. Thank you. I am very happy. Thank you. Taking on Young Sum Park, Berber. Yee. Tatsuro Taira, 25 years old, youngster, great Japanese prospect, insane BJJ artist and wrestler, great grappler. He's taking on a East Asian young fighter with great grappling and wrestling. These two are sort of mirror images of one another. They're both 5'7" too, in their mid to late 20s. Crazy. Hyun Sung Park has impressed me against Carlos Hernandez. Submitted Carlos Hernandez. That was one of the first fights I ever predicted on Hank's Breakdown, and I had Carlos Hernandez win by decision. Then he just got subbed in minutes flat. Sad stuff. I don't think Hyun Sung Park is gonna have the same performance here against Tatsuro Taira. I think Taira's very solid on the feet. He had a split decision loss to Brandon Royval, and that's because he kept it competitive on the feet with Brandon Royval and then got the takedowns when he needed them. He beat the absolute shit out of Carlos Hernandez, knocked him out cold. Hyun Sung Park also has heavy hands too and good wrestling. Again, these two are mirror images of each other, but you just got to say that Hyun Sung Park is taking this on short notice. I think Taira's striking is going to be improved since the Royval fight. He's taken on Amir Albazi, so he was more of a wrestler than anything. So I think he's definitely been training his striking. And Hyun Hyun-Sung Park, meanwhile, is Shannon Ross. As me and my old podcast partner used to say, we'd beat up Shannon Ross every Tuesday while walking down the street. So not that impressive. And then before that, he looked bad against another dude. He was getting pieced up and then came back. But his two biggest step up in competition, in my opinion. Taira isn't some schmuck on the ground like Carlos Hernandez. He's not going to get taken down. If anything, Taira's going to grab the back of Hyun-Sung Park and just standing, maybe even pull back and break his fucking leg like he did against Alex Perez, But Taira, I think he's improving with every single fight. Looked great against Royval, even though he lost. I think that wrestling is just going to be better than Hyun-Sung Park's on short-ass notice. I think Taira's prepared for everything. I think he's going to look fantastic on the feet. Hyun-Sung Park's going to look heavy-handed but sluggish on the feet in comparison. I think Taira's just going to beat him up on the ground. Not TKO, but he's going to almost get him close to that. And then I think lock in a submission at some point. I'm thinking round 3. I'm thinking a round 3 submission for Tatsuro Taira. Hyun-Sung Park is just going to be... He's ill prepared. He's not ready for a prospect like fucking Taira. He's younger than him too. And yet has fought better guys in the UFC despite being 25 years old. He's younger and has fought better competition. So, yeah, I don't think Hyun-Sung Park's ready. So, give me Tatsuro Taira to not shock the world, make it look easy against Hyun-Sung Park, and confirm why he's like top 5, top 7 flyweights in the world. And that's going to do it for Hank's Breakdown, my friends, my troopers and grinders. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed making it. I think I'm going to do pretty damn good on this card, to be honest, guys. Like, hold me to my words. Like, if all hell breaks loose and all the underdogs win as they have in the last couple cards, then put my feet to the fire. No Diddy, no Tarantino, and roast the shit out of me. But I'm feeling pretty confident, guys. So I hope you guys are feeling confident too. I hope you guys are excited for the fight night card at the Apex. I mean, Apex being excited did not go well together at all, but should be a pretty decent show. Should have some good fights, a few finishes. I'm mostly looking forward to this PFL World Tournament that's happening on Friday. It's going to be a fun-ass time. I'm looking forward to that. I'm rooting for Thad Gene to win it all. Jesus Pinedo as well. So there's some good competition, guys. Good competition in PFL. Good shows. Jolly good shows. So check out PFL. Check out Eblin versus Van Steenis, because the PFL just uploaded that to YouTube, and that is an all-timer fight for the year. It's a fight of the year contender for sure. Yeah, that's it for Hank's Breakdown. If you guys have any more questions, I'm going to give you guys maybe like 5 minutes, and then probably going to wrap it up. So, how's the training going? Strength training. I'm lifting weights, guys. I'm snapping necks and cashing checks. I'm lifting barbells. I'm lifting bars, doing some heavy lifting and different stretches for my quads, my legs, thighs, arms, biceps, forearms. I'm neck, shoulders. I'm getting in shape, man. I'm getting in shape. And, feeling good, guys. Feeling good. So, I'm not training for the fucking no-chill fight. For fuck's sake, guys. Twerp isn't worth my time. So, yeah. I'm busy making goated content for training and working on my short that I will be revealing at some point. So, look forward to that, guys. But yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm chilling. You know? Just we're finally here, guys. It's finally MMA time. Sure. Can't wait for Hank to fight No Chill on Street Beefs. That's probably not going to happen. Too far away. No Chill's fucking crashing out. He doesn't even upload content, so it really actually wouldn't even be worth it to fight him since he doesn't have much stock in the first place. I don't know. Just wouldn't really be all that great for me. Probably make some fucking chump change to fight him. If I get knocked out, I'm embarrassed. It's not worth it. It's not worth the risk. and I don't think anyone's really interested in it in the first place. This is gonna create more tension and just be a bunch of bullshit. And I mean, I'll probably kick his ass. I got boss root and palm strikes galore. I'm gonna be using that over and over again. So, viewer beware. I could probably knock out death sentence though. Probably do pretty well against death sentence. Yeah, he's not worth my time. What's your Panda Express order? Haven't ordered from Panda Express in a very long time. Orange chicken. Orange chicken's usually just the way to go. Order some crispy orange chicken. You know? Some rice, some broccoli, some pho noodles. You know what I'm saying? Pho show. Get some pho. Some pork. You know what I'm saying? Some pork romaine. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, romaine. Romaine FC, romaine. Probably get some romaine, some orange chicken, get some broccoli, spring rolls. Good stuff. Asparagus, maybe. Who knows? Pina Colada coming in with the random ass questions. But I love.
Oh, he's so coy.
I love it. Yes, sir. But yeah. I'm not a fan of Panda Express. I get most of my stuff. I love me some. I love some places that are very local. So that I've been eating. Nothing but that. I do like Dave's. I do like Dave's hot cookies. Dave's is pretty damn good. Yeah, we order Chinese from another. You guys probably. Get Panda Express tomorrow. What the fuck? Maybe. I could do. Coconut walnut shrimp. Is that shrimp covered like deep fried and stuff? Is that fried shrimp, or is that shrimp covered in coconuts and walnuts? Sorry, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know about that. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it, guys. Shanks Horror Zone. Skanks Horror Zone. When Vinny's around, it is. Yeah, it's true. But fried with coconuts. Like, oh, fried. Yeah, I thought it was fried. God damn it, Vinny, you missed. I'm just about to wrap it up. Vinny. Skanks and Whores, and I wish, dude. I wish. Did you see Milo Lobotomite get owned by Clown? Very easy for Mila Stoner to get owned. I think she's owned by several men, to be honest. Or at least she gives away ownership to them. Mila either hates you or she's very submissive, but yeah, doesn't have a very good head on her shoulders. Gets manipulated very easily. She's one of those characters where it's like, he's my boyfriend now, and we're getting together. Okay, I'm done with you. So and so is my best friend now. But she's that kind of person. Very, very shaky allegiance. So, can't trust like that. I think I would think you'd like her, Vinny, since she's a stoner, Mila Stoner. Like, I don't think she's taken a hit in her life. You know? Fickle, very fickle. Fickle as a dill pickle. But she has been roasted by Idaho of all people, so that's when you know you're at the bottom of the fucking barrel. You know? So, yeah, it's tough. Me and my load go way back. Yeah, especially when you've eaten some bad watermelon. You know, when you contracting disease from some people. You know, then you and your load, you're with your load for a very long time in the local toilet. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Your load is huge after some food poisoning. Milocost, Jesus Christ Almighty! I gotta wrap it up. I gotta wrap it up soon, folks. So, yeah, I have to thank who have been the troopers grinders and shared a melon with a sick friend. Yeah, it did not go well, but we'll get into that story on the next Tank and Vinny stream. But I've been Hank the Tank. You've been the troopers and grinders, and of course, you have escaped the war zone for now. 2 hops this time. 2 hops this time. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Cross. Cha-cha real smooth. Slide to the left.